You've been involved in bribing voters.
Now, East Africa Petroleum Conference, Kenya, is hosting the 9th Petroleum Conference, even as the focus is in the extractive sector, which is heightening in the region. Ministers from Uganda, Rwanda and Tanzania are in attendance, with key declarations expected to be made later today. Now, KTN's business editor, Abi Agina, is attending the conference in Mombasa. Now joins us live to walk us through some of the key highlights. Abi Agina, very good afternoon to you. Nice to see you. Now, just take us through perhaps some of the recommendations in terms of streamlining the available infrastructure in Kenya and the region.
Well, many thanks, Jesse. Indeed, it is a very key conference happening here in Mombasa. And Jesse, it's just about to rain, so allow me to quickly dive into a quick interview with the PS in charge of petroleum, that is Andrew Kamau. And PS, just walk us through some of the key outcomes so far from the discussions you've had here in Mombasa.
I think mainly it has been information sharing in the region, what's going on. And what's coming out clearly is that we really need to work together, because oil and gas is a global business. And more than that, of course, it has to be regional based when it comes to investment, when it comes to skills, that sort of thing.
All right, and of course our viewers can clearly see it is the rainy season, but as the rains continue to come through, PS, the big conversation as well has been, how do we scale up infrastructure in the region, especially in the petrochemical industry?
Well, I think the projects are known. There is the refinery in Uganda, there is the crude oil pipeline from Lokicha to Lamu, and the other one now from Hoima to Tanga. In addition to that, of course, roads have to be built. Power infrastructure has to be there to manage all these other big projects.
All right. Yeah. And PS, lastly, the big issue around final investment decision by the Kenya government when it comes to the oil exploration exercise. It is a subject of national conversation, and of course Talo did indicate that they might delay in the project. Are there any foreseeable negotiations that could be happening so that government can fast track on this?
Yeah, so what we've done in order for us to speed it up is, rather than go to the full form agreements where, you know, the lawyers could take some time, we've decided to agree on the key issues, which is called the heads of terms agreements. Once we've agreed on those key issues, which is a small agreement, then we can leave the lawyers to go ahead and discuss the longer form while we go to the banks and financiers to find out how we can finance this project. All right.
Of course, PS would have lengthened the interview a bit, but because of the weather, allow me to release you for now. Thank you so much for speaking to us on KTN News Desk. Well, Jesse Rogers, clearly it is a very defining moment for the petroleum sector, and of course a lot of expectations when it comes to streamlining the industry, as well as ensuring that Kenya conducts viable projects that can be beneficial to the citizenry of the country. Back to you, Nairobi, Jesse.
All right, business editor Biagina right there. Thank you for weathering the rain, just to inform us about some of the highlights in that particular petroleum conference that is happening in Mombasa.